For the push-up assessment, the subject should be wearing proper workout attire. In this assessment, the subject is going to be performing as many push-ups as he or she can in a 1-minute time frame. The standard push-up begins with the hands and toes touching the floor and the body and legs in a straight line, feet slightly apart, the arms at shoulder width apart, thus creating a 90-degree angle between the arms and the rest of the subject's body. Keeping the back and knees straight, the subject will lower the body until the elbows reach a 90-degree angle. Then the subject will prop up back into the starting position and repeat this process until the time has reached 1 full minute. The modified version of a push-up can be seen in this image shown. The subject's hands and knees will be placed on the floor while maintaining a straight back and level head. The subject then will lower their body until their elbows reach a 90-degree angle and prop back up and repeat this several times until reaching a 1-minute time. For both standard and modified push-ups, the subject should be inhaling as they are propping themselves down, and when coming back up, should be exhaling. During the push-up assessment, I was able to complete it with the standard push-up position. As I completed the assessment, Josue, the man who recorded my assessment, was also recording how much time was going by with the aid of a stopwatch. As you can see, this assessment is quite fatiguing and I struggled a little trying to complete it, but was able to do the entire minute. This tested my muscular endurance for the upper portion of my body. At the end of the push-up assessment, I recorded a number of 23 push-ups, which means that in 1 minute I was only able to complete 23 push-ups. Room for improvements can be made in order to improve this number. Muscular endurance can be improved with endurance training. For both 1RM assessment and muscular endurance assessments, I decided to use a leg press machine. For both assessments, I had to be seated straight back and leveled-headed on a chair with my arms on the side while my feet touched the platform. For the 1RM assessment, I put as many weights as I could on the machine to see how many weights it took for me to find out my maximal effort. I did so by placing my own body weights on the weight stack machine. I did this on the first attempt, then waited approximately 3 minutes for my second attempt. I was able to obtain an RM of 270. I was then able to determine my strength to weight ratio. As my weight was 154, I was able to carry a 270-pound load. Depending on my maximal rep assessment, I was able to get 70% of the total maximum weight that I was able to carry in that assessment and put it in the maximal repetition assessment. In this assessment, I wanted to see how many repetitions I could do with proper form until I was no longer able to perform those repetitions. This test helped me to find my muscular endurance. To determine the 70% of the 1RM weight, I just multiplied the number that I got from my 1 repetition max, which was 270 times 0.7. With this, I was able to obtain a weight of about 189. With the weights that we had in hand, we were able to put up to 180 in the weight. With this amount of weight, I was able to complete 26 repetitions until I became fatigued, or could no longer continue the exercise with proper form. Submaximal testing are used in order to determine a person's muscular endurance. One benefit of somebody performing a submaximal test is the decrease in the risk of injury in relation to a 1RM test. Usually an assessment becomes a muscular endurance test once the subject is able to do more than 11 repetitions at submaximal intensity while still doing correct form.